Hello everyone, in this video we will explore how to investigate a WAF alert and enable WAF blocking mode. In the previous video we saw why we need WAF in the first place and also how to enable WAF. Now by default WAF will not block a request even if it has a matching rule violation. That's because the engine is set to detection only. And we can test this by launching some commands from a pod to a service. Now the first test that I want to do is an HTTP request from the red pod against the front-end service IP address. This is considered a suspicious activity because usually pods don't really send requests directly to IP address of a service, but they usually use the FQDN of the service. So first of all, I need to get the IP address of the front-end service, which is this one. And now I'm going to exec into the red pod and send the curl request against the front-end IP address. Now we can see that the request returned the 200 OK, and the server was Envoy, which is the Calico WAF proxy. Now we can also test an SQL injection, always from the red pod to the front-end service in the hipster shop namespace. And again, we got 200 OK, server Envoy. If we go back to UI now, in a few seconds, we will receive the new alerts. So we can go to threat defense, service security events. Here is the first event, which is host header is a numeric IP address, and this is because we did a curl request against the front-end IP address, and we can see that the WAF action was allowed and the severity is warning. Here you can also see more details, so for example the source name, source IP and destination IP. If we refresh this page, we also got the new event, which is the SQL injection. And we can also see that the severity is critical and the anomaly score exceeded 5. But the WAF action was still request allowed. Now you can see a similar thing from service graph. You can see there is a red banner here in the red namespace and in the hipster shop namespace. And if you double click on it, you will see more details about this activity and the related security events. You can configure to block traffic instead of allowing it. In this case, what the Envoy server will do, it will return a 403 forbidden response when the combined matched rules, the combined score exceeds the default threshold, which is 4. To do so, we need to edit the WAF configuration from CLI. And here we need to change the sec rule engine from detection only to on. Now I would expect that if I send an HTTP request against the IP address of the front-end service, although it is suspicious, it is not critical, so the request shouldn't fail. And so we will try again. In fact, we got 200 OK, always from the server Envoy. While now I will launch an SQL injection, and I would expect this request to be denied. And as you can see, I got the response 403 forbidden from Envoy. Now we can go back to the UI, threat defense, security events. We wait a few seconds, and the new events will come in. This is the SQL injection critical, and the request was denied. This one is the host header is a numeric IP address, and the request was allowed. Now finally, you can send this alert to a third-party system such as Slack, Microsoft Teams, or any HTTP, HTTPS webhook, and you can do so using Calico webhooks. So you can go to Activity, Webhooks. This is an example of a webhook that I already have, but we can create a new one. Create a webhook, you can name it WAF Events, event type WAF, and in my case I will send it to Slack. I paste the URL of my Slack application, and I can create the webhook. Now new events will go to my dedicated Slack application. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this was helpful, and see you in the next video.